Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the Southern Wrestling Scholar, ZJ Pierce, the host of Nerdz Watching Wrestling Podcast, and this is Quick React. And today we're talking about the March 4th episode of Dynamite. Another great week for Dynamite. But it's been a good week for wrestling TV in general. But it's like Dynamite has something to prove tonight. Like, they were live from El Paso, Texas. We're 2 weeks out from Revolution. Just a great night of storytelling, wrestling, debuts, title matches, title changes, and so much more. So if y'all ready to get into it, let's get into it. Go ahead and tag me in. All right, so we start the night off with MJF defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Kevin Knight. And these two had a very good match where MJF decided to focus on the ribs to try to slow down Kevin Knight, but still was an amazing back and forth. Like, Kevin Knight is definitely going to be the future of AEW one day. And he did get a very good near fall and as a matter of fact, a visual pin on MJF after he successfully landed the UFO splash. The problem, however, was MJF had kicked the referee as Knight was hitting the splash. So the referee would fall into the ropes and would kind of be disoriented. So Kevin Knight really got like a 13 count off on him. But still, it was a very good match. Kevin Knight hit a coast to coast on MJF, who's in Tree of Woe, like favorite spot of the night. And the match finished when Kevin Knight would try to go for a third UFO splash, miss. MJF would hit the Heat Seeker pile driver for the win. After the match, he would try to attack Kevin Knight with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, but Hangman Adam Page will come out on stage and give a distraction, and Mike Bailey would kick him in the face. This was a very hot opening to the show, and I'm not mad at it at all. Next, Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd took on Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, and they were brawling from the jump. The match hadn't even started, and they started this very huge brawl, which ended when Clark Connors would spear Orange Cassidy through a table that was set up at the timekeeper's area, effectively making the match a handicap match between the Dogs and Darby Allin. Once again, Gabe Kidd is a very dangerous looking man. Like, I would not personally, like, if I was a wrestler, I'd be scared to wrestle Gabe Kidd. Like, I'm honestly afraid to meet Gabe Kidd in person. Like, he's that much of a believable threat. But obviously, this was all working up towards an Orange Cassidy hot tag. And when he did get the hot tag, he started off with his shtick, but then he eventually ran wild on the competition. He hit a beach break on Clark Connors for a very close near fall. But the finish came when Darby Allin would hit a dual coffin drop on the outside to Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, and Orange Cassidy would hit Connors with the orange punch. After the match, Dave Finlay would make his AEW debut, attacking both Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin with the shillelagh, aligning with the Dogs in the process. And then we get a graphic later saying that the Dogs are all officially all elite. This is going to be so much fun. Dave Finlay, Gabe Kidd, and Clark Connors, of course, making up Bullet Club War Dogs. Now they're all over from Japan and signed with AEW officially. This is going to be so good. Backstage, Bandito was called a fan by Andrade El Idolo. And the Brawling Birds took on the debuting Inspiration and basically a glorified squash match. I mean, I got the Inspiration on TV. That is enough for me. They made it to AEW and they got on TV. Squashing them, I still feel was a bad move because, you know, those are former 3-time World Tag Team Champions, like. But still, the purpose is to get the Brawling Birds over, and they hit the Heart Attack to get the win with the double pin. They're calling the Heart Attack 2 birds, 1 stone. Good for them. Next, Hangman Adam Page took on a jobber named Marty Snow, where he basically just squashed him in 6 seconds because as soon as the bell rang, he hit the buckshot lariat. Okay. After his match, Page says that he's going to teach MJF a lesson in Texas Death. They said since MJF is so itching to hit somebody with that diamond ring, come out and try to hit him. MJF says, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. But Adam Page is immediately attacked by Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada, and Mark Davis. Jet Speed will come out and chase them away with chairs, leading Don Callis to come out and say that they are all greedy, because Hangman is going for the world title, Kevin Knight is going for the international title, and Speedball Mike Bailey wants the TNT championship, while they're already in possession of the trios titles. So, since they said on Collision they'll defend their titles anytime, anywhere, against anybody, they're going to defend them tonight in the main event against Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. Yay, Aussie Open is back in business. FTR and the Young Bucks have a face-to-face ahead of their Revolution Tag Team title match, where they agreed to no physicality. The Young Bucks says this is now personal because FTR has decided to attack the Bucks family. And FTR is still focused on this being the best tag team of the millennium. They lay out Brandon Cutler to stand tall after that. Next, Jon Moxley takes on Hechicero in a Continental Championship Eliminator match. And this was some very good wrestling. This was a very technical match from Jon Moxley compared to his other brawler type match, because Hechicero would get Moxley in so many different holds and submissions and roll-ups. This was a very fun match. And I honestly kind of wish that Hechicero would have went the distance, but Jon Moxley ultimately hit him with the Death Rider to get the win. But still, I was very much entertained. Brody King says that he is the most dangerous man in AEW and calls out Swerve Strickland if he has a problem with it. Britt Nana comes out and asks if he's sure, leading to Swerve to attack Brody King from behind with a steel chain, hit the house call, and then leash him to the ropes and choke him out, saying that it's one thing to talk about being the most dangerous man, and another thing to be about being the most dangerous man. And he's going to see him at AEW Revolution. This is going to be a stonker. I really hope they put a stipulation on Swerve versus King. Like, I would love to see, even though we're already getting Texas Death, I would love to see a street fight between these two. It's going to be so good. For the AEW Women's World Championship, Thekla took on Thunder Rosa. A very good match. Thunder Rosa got a very close near fall after hitting the Fire Thunder Driver with Thekla kicking out. They went back and forth so many times. Ultimately came down to Thunder Rosa going for a crossbody in the corner, Thekla moving. Well, not necessarily moving, hitting her little Matrix Spider move. She would then hit a spear and 2 curb stomps on Thunder Rosa to retain her Women's World Championship. After the match, the Triangle of Madness as a unit will try to attack Thunder Rosa, but they are chased off by Big Stat Daddy Chris Statlander. Tommaso Ciampa is interviewed by Renee Paquette, who he tells that Kyle Fletcher is afraid of him, which is why he's participating in tag teams and trios matches, because he knows that taking the TNT title and renaming her Pinky was a bad idea. So he says if he has to fight to get back to the top, that's what he'll do, because he's in AEW to be a top guy. This brings out FTR because NXT. And Dax Harwood offers Tommaso Ciampa a spot with them. Tommaso Ciampa says no, and then punches Dax Harwood in the face. Dax just says, "We'll see you Saturday." Like, I thought it was a challenge for a match, but apparently FTR are defending the World Tag Team titles on Collision. So I guess he'll, just have a little segment with him. And in the main event, Jet Set Rodeo of Hangman Adam Page, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mac Bailey defended their AEW World Trios titles against the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada, and Aussie Open. Like, Don Callis said, Mark Davis and Proto Okada, we are not going to disrespect Aussie Open like that. It's Kazuchika Okada and Aussie Open. Aussie, oi, oi, oi. And from the opening bell, this was just complete chaos. A lot of action, high-paced strikes, power moves. Mike Bailey is so nasty with these kicks, y'all. If you haven't seen a Mike Bailey match, I encourage you to at least check this one out, because he had some amazing kicks and spots in this match right here. But in my opinion, the finish of this match was never in question, because right on cue, as they were going for the finish, Hangman Adam Page would be taken out by MJF and the Dynamite Diamond Ring, allowing Kazuchika Okada to hit the Rainmaker on Kevin Knight and Mark Davis to hit the Pile Driver to pin Kevin Knight and become the new AEW World Trios Champions. Aussie Open finally have belts together in AEW. That makes my heart joyful. And now, Kyle Fletcher and Kazuchika Okada are double champions. Look at that. And that was the March 4th episode of AEW Dynamite. Let me know what you thought of the show and of this video. Please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, whatever you got to do. And if I can lead you with anything today, it is 1 Corinthians 2:9. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. If you just stay true to God's word, love him with all your heart, and trust in him, things that you can't even comprehend, things from your wildest imaginations will come to you. For all things work to the good of those who love the Lord. I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar, ZJ Pierce. Be on the lookout sometime this month for the latest episode of the Nerdz Watch Wrestling podcast, where I'm going to try to do, well, I will be doing a deep dive into AEW Revolution. But if I'm able to record sooner than that, I'll do a deep dive into NXT Vengeance Day, which will be coming up this Saturday. Until then, I will see you guys next time.